episode of Caffeinated CX, where we talk about CX and stuff all in a hyper-caffeinated state. Good morning, this is David, your gracious host, and we're just going to begin. Let's see what's going on in the world. All right, so I know I talk a lot about CX, a lot about EX, and we can combine those two into CEX, which looks weird on paper, but is basically customer and employee experience, right? Just looks really weird on paper. Write it out, you'll see. Plus, you can make some cool jokes with it, like the CEX party or group CEX, stuff like that. It's fun. We have fun here, kids. All right, but anyway, let's talk about stuff that's been going on. Peloton, that subscription exercise bike company, recently, yesterday, laid off 2,800 people and the CEO resigned. But graciously, as part of the severance package, all the people that were laid off got a year free of the Peloton subscription. Yeah, that's awfully nice of them. I'm sorry you're not getting a job anymore, but you can still use our stuff. Neat. That's like, I can't even think of an accurate analogy that would be other than like, oh, you got let go from McDonald's, but you can get a free cheeseburger every month. Just one. Just weird. That's where we are right now. That was like the oddest part of a severance package I've ever seen. Usually it's like, a week for every year or whatever. So depending on the company, but wow. A free year subscription to Peloton, the company you were just laid off of. That's cool. And awfully optimistic of them, if I may be so bold. Because if a company has to lay off 2,800 people, well, wow. I hope it wasn't over Zoom again, like the better.com people or what we've seen recently. Because getting let go over Zoom, that doesn't seem fun, does it? No, it does not. So, but that's been going on lately, huh? And it's usually after being granted like fund money. So better.com had just gotten like $700 million the week before they let go 900. That's weird. Maybe it was a condition of getting that money that they'd cut staff. But the way the CEO handled it and everything isn't good. Because here's something that layoffs do that not a lot of people factor in. All right. Yeah, it sends a message to the people being laid off. Like, you're not good enough to keep. These people are. You're not. You're redundant. You're costing us too much money. But it also sends a message to the people that stayed saying, oh, we could be next. And then those employees are walking on eggshells for the next year, 2 years until the hammer drops and it's them getting that Zoom invite. That's not cool. So, and then you can Google this and watch other videos, and there's another podcast on the better.com situation. Joshua Fluke actually has a really good series on it, and say what you will about Joshua Fluke, he has some really good content out there, and he exposes a lot of the corporate malarkey that's been happening, especially when it comes to employee engagement and employee appreciation aspect of CEX. And a lot of it ain't good. So there was an article that came out saying companies are bending over backwards to keep their employees. Where? And the comments were, this is on Facebook, so whatever, but the comments were like, no, they're not. What are you talking about? LA Times, are you drunk? Go home. Stuff like that. So that's where we are right now. People are playing damage control, and people are calling them out on it. There was a guy in Florida who applied for 60 jobs, all places that say they were desperate to hire, and 3 people, I think, called him back, and he had 1 interview out of 60 places that all said they were desperate to hire. So what is going on? We're seeing an uprising of employees tired of crap and moving on, and that's why there's staffing issues at fast food restaurants and other places. But we're also seeing an uptick in job postings that don't make any sense. Like, there's always been those ones where you need a master's degree and then it's $17 an hour, but those are becoming more and more common. And one of the theories is because one of the conditions of getting the PPP loan forgiveness is, yeah, you lost 75% of your staff or whatever, but you dipped below 75% of your staff from before the pandemic, but you're also trying to hire things, but no qualified candidates are applying. That's one of the stipulations that you can still get the loan forgiveness. So if they're offering jobs at $17 an hour, but you also need a doctorate, not many people with doctorates are going to apply. And then if someone applies without a doctorate, they can just say, well, you're not qualified. So they still get the loan forgiveness. Now that's a theory. That's tinfoil stuff, but it makes a lot of sense. So meanwhile, the employees that they still have are doing the jobs of 1.5 to 2 people. And if they're lucky, they maybe got a 3% cost of living wage or increase. And then cost of living has gone up about 7% if you're being very, very, very conservative about it. But we all know it's a lot more than 7%. Just looking at gas and grocery prices, right? Things that people actually need to work and survive have gone up. Plus, let's not get started on housing. So, and then that all plays into what's going on. 2,800 people laid off, but they get a year subscription to the service the company they got laid off of offers. Bizarre. And it doesn't make this CEX person very happy to see. In fact, it's damn right scary. So that's it. That's today's Caffeinated CX. Keep your head up. Bye.